What's up guys, Austin from Billetworkz here. Today I'm going to show you how to install a shift knob and CVT adapter in a CVT Subaru. In this case we have a 22 WRX. As you can see here I have our red CVT adapter with black smoke and red splash sphere. Now our CVT adapters replace the functionality of the factory button with a lockout system. So simply function the lockout and you can engage, drive, or reverse. Now we do have two different options. We have one for a shift boot, which in this case the WRX has a shift boot, but some Subarus do not have a shift boot, so we have an adapter that has a provision for a vehicle with no shift boot. So of course today I'm going to install the one with the shift boot, so let's get started. So of course first step is we got to remove the factory shift knob. In order to do that we have to separate the boot from the shift knob, and I'm going to use a plastic trim tool that will help separate. You could also use a flathead screwdriver, but I'm going to get in here in between the shift knob and this black collar and just get that inserted, and then kind of that part will just separate. I'm going to push the boot down, and then there's a little metal clip that we're going to push out and remove. You don't want to lose this. And at that point the shift knob will just slide right off. Next step, I'm going to pop the shift boot out of the console, and I'm going to start by grabbing the boot in the back and just pulling straight up. And we'll do the same for the front. I'm going to completely remove the shift boot, and what we'll do is we'll flip this inside out, and there's a very small zip tie in here holding the boot to the black collar. So I'm going to cut that zip tie very carefully so I don't cut the shift boot. Remove the zip tie. At this point we don't need the black collar anymore, so I'm going to remove that. Then I'm going to put the boot back over the shifter rod, but I'm not going to pop it into place. I'm just going to let it rest here. And then I'm going to take my Billetworkz shift knob and CVT adapter. Everything should be assembled and ready. So I'm just going to slide that down. And then you'll notice that it'll stop and it'll essentially rest on this white piece, which is what travels up and down. I'm going to set that on top. And I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure pushing down. Not much, but just a little bit of pressure to make sure it's seated up against that white rod. Then I'm going to snug up the set screws. The next step, I'm going to flip the shift boot inside out. And you can see where the zip tie used to be, and I'm going to zip tie the boot to this groove in our CVT lockout. I'll trim the zip tie. Then the boot can go down and over. I can go ahead and pop the shift boot back into place. So now I have the key on, I don't have the car running, but I'm going to put my foot on the brake and we're going to check the functionality. So as you can see, I'm in park here. I cannot put it into reverse or drive, but I can, if I push down on the lockout, I can put it into reverse. Then I can slide it back into drive, which is a factory function. If I want to go back into reverse, it only lets me get into neutral. Push down on the lockout, I get in reverse. I can't put it into park. I push down a lockout and I can put it into park. Now this lockout functionality, it is a little awkward because most lockouts you do pull up on, but this one is fairly comfortable that you could push down with your fingers here. You can get to the side, pull back with your thumb. You could even grab the lockout like this if you want to, but I find it very comfortable just pushing down with your fingers and pulling back into reverse or drive. Now that I've showed you how to install your Billetworkz shift knob and CVT adapter, I do want to mention that any of our Billetworkz shift knobs will fit with the CVT adapter. I'll quick install our Fusion shift knob, which is our highest quality knob as it features a leather or Alcantara core. You can see it has a leather core. This matches great with a lot of the newer edition vehicles like this 22 WRX. Gives a very clean look with the white finish, on a white exterior car. But like I said, any Billetworkz shift knob will fit any shape. You want to go with the taller shape, any color and whatnot. So if you have any questions, you can shop our website or you can send us an email. We'll see you next time.